Alright, out of all the guns I own, I think this one is the most fun to shoot. AK-47. Alright, today we're going to take a look at the AK-47. Like I said in the opening clip, this is my favorite gun to shoot. It's not my favorite gun that I own. That's my Mossberg 500 shotgun, but this is my favorite gun to shoot. And it's very close to dethroning the shotgun as my favorite gun. But, you know, I'm very sentimental, and, you know, shotguns were in zombie movies, zombie video games. You know, they always kick ass in the video games, and, you know, games like Doom. When I got the shotgun for the first time in Doom, that's when I fell in love with the shotgun. That being said, though, this gun is fucking awesome, and it's just like a tiny bit behind the shotgun as my favorite gun. You know, lots of people who get into guns because of movies and video games, they see shotguns and they think it's fun to shoot, but truth be told, man, shotgun beats up a lot of people. When they fire shotgun for the first time, they're like, holy fuck, this hurts. I personally love shooting the shotgun, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know, after like 100 rounds, it's starting to hurt a little bit. You know, I don't use any of that recoil reducing pads. I want to feel cool, and I want it to beat my ass, you know, so I feel cool. But this gun, on the other hand, very light recoiling, even for a new shooter. You know, new shooters see something like this and they're a little intimidated, but when they shoot it, you know, they get surprised, but then they're like, damn, this doesn't hurt like a shotgun. And that's what makes this gun so much fun. You know, you could shoot this all day long. You know, if you have enough ammo to shoot it all day long, by all means, shoot it all day long. Reason why I got this gun, I was a kid of the 80s, so I'm a big Rambo fan. I think most kids from the 80s, you know, like Stallone movies. You know, I still do. So in a movie like Rambo First Blood Part 2, he had an AK. You know, he gets the AK off the bad guys. You know, it was the bad guy's gun. If I won the lottery, I would get an M60. But for now, all I could get is an AK. That was the thing about the 80s. The AK was the bad guy's gun. I'm not a bad guy in real life. I'm, you know, a pretty nice guy. Some people think I'm a douchebag because I make fun of e-panhandlers, but, you know, I'm a pretty nice guy. But in the 80s, we saw these as the bad guy's gun. And as a kid, the bad guy's gun looks cool. So, like Transformers, the fucking Autobots, like Bumblebee was a fucking Volkswagen Beetle, Megatron turned into a fucking gun, Starscream turned into a fucking jet. I mean, they were cooler than the good guys. So, you know, that's basically why I wanted an AK. It's what I saw in my childhood, and now I have one. So, this is imported by Century Arms International. They're known for importing a lot of the commie guns. It came with this fucking magazine holder pouch from a fucking dead guy. It's all decrepit and disgusting. That's lovely. Came with this manual right here. Extra magazine. This is like a cover for the bayonet. Bayonet, you know, how many fucking people did this damn thing stab? But you could wrap this around this little sheath. The sheath is like metal. So this is like a wire cutter right here. How the fuck does this work? I think it works like that. Doing this, there you go. See, you put the wire in that little thing and cut wires. I think you're supposed to put this fucking rubber on it to like not get electrocuted. So I don't know how many people crawl around, you know, past landmines these days, but you know, if you're crawling past landmines and you need to cut wires, they were nice enough to include this. Isn't that nice of them? This is a WASR-10. It's, people consider it the bottom of the barrel when it comes to AKs. You know, I don't care. I mean, this gun works perfectly. You know, I'm not a big gun guy. Like, you know, I don't have the greatest collection on earth. You know, most gun guys are not impressed by something like this, but since I'm a video game, movie-rooted person, this is my pride and joy. It really is. It's not my most expensive gun, but this gun is my pride and joy. I'm most proud of owning this gun because, you know, gun guys who are... Fuck, I was dropping my camera. Gun guys who are, like, pretty educated with guns, they know all the cool stuff you can own. But for someone like me, I didn't know you could have stuff like this. And you know, a lot of my friends are like gamers too, and movie people, and when they see this, they're like, holy crap, that's a fucking AK-47. So I'm very proud of owning this thing. Yeah, that's not even my most expensive gun. My most expensive gun is this gun right here, my Glock 17. I think I paid like $525 for this. My AK, on the other hand, I paid for like $450, $460 for it. And you get a lot of gun. I mean, handguns are cool. People love their handguns, you know, because they fit in your hand, and it's cool in movies. You know, in movies they shoot down helicopters with handguns. But in real life, I mean, it's impressive as hell when you get something like this for $450 or so, maybe less in some places. But that's why I got an AK. So let's go ahead and talk about the ammo next. Okay, here is some of the ammo commonly available for this gun. This is a Winchester's 40 round pack. I got this at Walmart for like $23 for 40. It's a brass case ammo. Most ranges do not allow, you know, steel case. They only want brass case, so you need something like this to shoot at most ranges. This is also like a brass case ammo. This was kind of pricey. It was like $10 for a box of 20 on Cheaper Than Dirt. At Big 5 I see it for like $15 for 20, so pretty pricey. This stuff is actually garbage. I don't know why I'm stupid and I bought another box, because, you know, like I said, you need brass case at the range, and, you know, Walmart wasn't holding this at the time when I bought this, so, you know, I fired 2 boxes of this once and there was like 4 duds. You know, it was freaking crappy ass ammo, 2 duds per box. So haven't shot this crap yet, so who knows how this will work out. But I don't recommend Fiocchis, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Then you got your steel case commie ammo. This is I got this off Cheaper Than Dirt for like $3 for a box of 20. Steel case ammo is usually very cheap, but most ranges do not allow steel case ammo. So if you got an open spot out in the desert, you know, this is a cheap way to burn through some 7.62 by 39 AK ammo. Wolf, this is available like at most gun stores and Big 5s. I got this for $5 for a box of 20. So, you know, AK ammo, it's fairly cheap. Like, you know, a lot of people ask me about the AK. I mean, this is the second most requested gun I get. Like, people ask me about this gun all the time. Arms Corps is the first gun that I get the most questions for, and this is the second. And, you know, a lot of you guys have been asking me just about the overall cost of an AK. So, you know, ammo is fairly cheap. The cheapest ammo you're going to find is this, you know, like $3.60 I think for 20. And then on the upper scale is something like this. I don't know why this is so damn expensive. This is crappy ass ammo. But then at Walmart, box of 40 brass cased ammo, fairly reasonable, like 23 bucks. And for people who like bullet comparisons, here's the 9mm and the AK-47. Very impressive. You know, it's like, you know, most gun guys probably won't be impressed by this, but, you know, like new gun owners, this is impressive as hell to look at. You know, it's like, that's a lot of gun for 460 bucks, 450, 460. Yeah, that's the ammo right here. So let's go ahead and talk about the disassembly of this thing. Okay, if you're interested in the AK-47, like you haven't bought one yet, I'm pretty sure you've hopped on YouTube, did research, watched videos on YouTube, hopped on Google, looked on Wikipedia, you know, searched AK-47, and you're probably familiar with the reputation the AK has of being simple and reliable. So let's go ahead and look at some of that right now. Let's look at the simplicity of an AK. Okay, magazine. Take the magazine out. Just push this little lever forward and rock the magazine forward. There you go, it's out. Nothing in there. Safety's right here. When it's up, it prevents the bolt from going back all the way. So to take the safety off, just press it down just like so. Let's go ahead and rack this back. Make sure it's not loaded. That's a cool fucking sound. Go ahead and put it back up. There's a little notch in the magazine, and you just simply rock it in place. See, you get that cool clicking sound, and now you know you're in business. Bayonet. Simply just put it over the muzzle nut like so. There's a little switch here. Hold this down, and there you go, locked in place. So when you run out of ammo, you could stab someone in the eye socket. Please don't do that to good citizens. Just like if someone breaks in your house, go ahead and defend yourself. But yeah, just, you know, don't say I told you that. Talk to your lawyer. So yeah, that's the simplicity of an AK. Magazine release right here. Just press it forward. Safety. It's safe here. Ready to fire. Bayonets right there. Simply push this and it slides right out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and disassemble the AK here. Very, very simple. I figured it out without even looking at the freaking book. Safety down. Make sure it's not loaded. Here's a machinery cover right here. Here's a little button. Simply press it down. Lift up. Machinery cover's off. I'm no expert when it comes to how guns work, but my theory is when you look at the AK, it's just there's like a lot of airspace in there, not anything to get caught up in there for it to jam. The fucking bolt is heavy as hell, you know, so it's a big chunk of metal going forward to shove that round in there. So that's why I think the AK works. I'm probably wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Whatever. I don't care. Alright, first step or second step, push this forward, spring comes right off. Bolt assembly, there's going to be 2 notches right here, put it back, lift up. There's the bolt carrier with the firing pin. I'm probably using the wrong terminology, so feel free to correct me, I won't block you. That's not how I roll. To take the gas tube, gas port, whatever the fuck it's called, again, correct me, I'm no expert. Just see this little thing? That means it's locked in place when it's in this position. Just have it in that position right there, lift up, and it comes right out. There you go. Simple as that. This fucker's ready to clean, which I did already. See how it's all shiny. So put it back together. Let's reverse the order. Gas port. Like I said, there's a little hole right there, so just put it in that position. Now that's locked in place. Bolt assembly, whatever. Put in the gas port, 2 notches back here. There you go. It's in. The spring, machinery cover. That's it. Done, drill sergeant. If you know what movie that's from, postcard to the first person who comments what movie is that from. And there you have it. That's the disassembly of an AK-47. Very simple. Okay, another common question I get is, hey man, you're in California. I thought AKs were illegal in California. They're not, but we have one minor restriction. This is what you call a magazine release cover. You know, logic behind that is I can't stick my thumb in there to take the magazine out quickly, so what I need is, you know, one of these fucking tools to, you know, stick in there and, you know, take the magazine out like that. You know, I guess the logic to that is, you know, they think bank robbers and criminals and gangbangers are law-abiding citizens, so the law-abiding gangbangers and criminals, they keep this on their guns so they can't, you know, take their magazines out quickly when they're committing a crime. That's the only logic I could think of why we have this on our guns. You know, I was out in the desert for several hours a couple days ago, so, you know, I wanted to get my gun nice and clean. But now that I've cleaned it, it goes back on. California, do not get caught with this off your gun when you go out shooting. You know, put it on your gun, clean your gun, whatever, but it's got to go back on. That's just how it is in California. Comes off very easily, so if you go shooting in Arizona, Texas, Vegas with your buddies out there, you could go ahead and take it right off. you know, after crossing state lines, before you get back in state lines of California, put it back on. Don't want to see any of you guys get in trouble, to my fellow Californians out there. So go ahead, you know, drive to Texas, Arizona, Vegas, wherever. Take it off when you're there. But once again, when you cross state lines back into California, put this back on. Don't get in trouble. It's not worth it. Minor annoyance, but it's not worth it. So do what you gotta do. Clean your gun, but it's gotta go back on. Okay, I got a few more things to cover before I wrap up this review. A friend of mine here on YouTube asked me if AK-47s were as customizable as AR-15s. Absolutely. You could replace the handguards with triple rail handguards now, so you could put a light here, vertical grip here, machinery cover. You could replace it with a railed machinery cover, put an EOTech holographic sight here, or a scope, if that's what you want to do. You know, every bit as customizable as an AR-15. The wooden stock and handguards, you could replace them with synthetic parts, make the gun all black. I think it kind of looks cool that way, but for me this is the classic look. This is what I saw when I was 6 years old. So this is my childhood right here. The classic look, this is my childhood. Very sentimental, so I'm leaving it this way forever. I'm never going to add a scope, nothing. Just going to leave it looking how I remember seeing it when I was a kid. Another thing I forgot to mention, this gun is very well thought out. You know, here's a cleaning rod right on the gun, so you always have it with you. And in the stock is the cleaning kit. So at all times you have the cleaning kit and the cleaning rod with you. I think that's pretty cool. Forgot to mention that. But there you have it. 450 bucks, 460 bucks, whatever. You want this as your first gun? I think it's an excellent first gun. You know, that may sound crazy to some people, but light recoiling, fun gun, fairly cheap ammo. I mean, you can't go wrong. You know, I personally think this is the perfect zombie apocalyptic gun. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end this video, you know, showing a clip from my zombie apocalyptic weapons guide. So that's it. That's my AK-47 review. Hope, you know, new gun owners, veteran gun owners, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Everyone kick ass, be safe, and take it easy. Knuckle bump.